Hello, everyone. We are here together for day 12, quarantine yoga with a lunch hour energy boost. So those of you taking a little break right now, if you want to invigorate your day at home, whether homeschooling the kids or working from home or whatever activities that you've got planned for the day, and you want a little energy boost, let's hop on for about 20 minutes and build the cycle of energy flow through our bodies together. So welcome, everyone. Good to have you. My name's Eilina. For those of you I'm meeting for the first time, welcome. For those of you that I know well, welcome. So you want to have a yoga mat, and if you have two blocks or books, you want to have those as well. So I'll give you a moment to grab that. Books or blocks, just something to raise the floor to meet you. And then we'll come onto our mats ready to begin together. So we're going to start just in the middle of our mats and shake it out through the hands and the feet first, just shaking it out. And we'll do a little bit of breath movement here to bring energy through the lungs, the respiratory, down into the legs, and have it circulate back up the torso again and out the nostrils. So the movement of the arms is going to be as follows: forward, sideways, up and down, forward, sideways, up and down, swinging those arms freely. And the breath that comes along with it is 3 inhales through the nose, and then on the exhale, on the down sweep. So I was just demonstrating first before we begin together. And we'll stand comfortably here with the feet hip-width distance apart or a little bit wider than hip-width distance apart, such that you feel rooted and grounded. And let's begin together. First, rooting into the feet. Inhale up onto the toes. And exhale, roll your heels down. One more time. Inhale up onto the toes. And exhale, roll the heels down. Getting ready to move through the arms. Here we go. Inhale, 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 exhale. Forward, sideways, up, down. Inhale, 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 exhale. Forward, sideways, up and down. We'll do about 10 of these. The exhale is through the mouth. Inhale, 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 exhale. Four more. 3. Last one. And shake it out through the hands and the feet. We'll do the same breath pattern, 3 inhales through the nose and an exhale through the mouth, swinging the arms side to side. So here we go. Inhale, 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 exhale. You might have been sitting in a desk all morning getting work done, and now you want to get that energy movement through the body before you go back to work. And continuing. Inhale, 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 exhale. 3 more. Last one. And then release. Shake it out through the arms, shake it out through the feet. So our next movement is going to be moving through the arms and the legs. We're just swinging the arms freely side to side as we bring the alternate knee up. So as you swing the arms to the left, for example, the right knee will come up. As you swing the arms to the right, your left knee will come up. So swinging freely, and it's the same breath pattern, 3 inhales through the nose, exhale through the mouth. So here we go. Just let your arms swing freely like a massage for your upper back. 3 more. Last one. And release it out through the shoulders and shake it out through the feet. Good. Roll it out through the shoulders here. And let's stand at the top of our mat. So you've got the nice breath flow through the body now. You feel invigorated. The torso and the thoracic and the clavicle, collarbones are widen out here as you sent the breath down, not only into the chest and torso, but down into the belly as well. So standing at the top of our mats, let's inhale up onto the toes again and exhale, release the heels down, and then bend the knees here. As you find a bend in the knees, imagine that you're sitting on a bar stool. So have your tailbone lengthen a tail so that you can actually sit on that tail as if it's a third leg, it's a third foot. So from there, take the hands and join them behind the back. You can either hold on to the elbows with the hands or the forearms with the hands and draw the arms back, or interlace the fingers together and draw the arms back. So lifting through the chest here for 3 breaths, working those quads. One more breath. And on that next breath, let's inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, sit a little deeper into your imaginary chair, into that bar stool. So keep that third leg, the tail coming out of your tailbone, activated here as you sit on it. 2 more breaths. If it's hard for the arms to come up, then you can also bring them forward or hands at the heart. That's your option there. And then on that next breath, reach the arms up if they aren't already, and exhale, forward fold into a forward fold. You can take blocks underneath your hands here if you like. So if you want to take the blocks under the hands to raise the floor to meet you, let's inhale here and exhale, wave your spine back down. You can keep it at the knees if you like. Wave the spine up, heart lifts. Exhale, wave the spine down. Motion along your spine. Inhale, lift the heart up. And exhale, wave the spine down. 2 more. Wave and energy movement along your spine. Inhaling up. Exhale, release down. 1 more time. Inhale, roll the spine up. And exhale, release the spine down. Angle here. You can up your feet just a little bit wider. Heels, toes, heels, toes. Hold on to the elbows here and like a rag doll, gently roll side to side. Imagine you're hung over a coat hanger and the hips are hung over the coat hanger here. So now gently pull your coat hanger up towards the ceiling, like a gentle little pull through. So in draping and hanging long as the hips through that lifting action as you're pulling. Breath here, rocking side to side, very surrendered through that torso, knees bent here to protect your lower back. Enjoy that lengthening through your hamstrings. 1 more breath. And then on that next breath, release the hands, bend the knees and bring those toes. And keep those as you bring the hands to the heart and lift through the heart. Once again, finding your Utkatasana, that strong, fierce pose here, working those quads. 1 more breath here. And exhale, release, and roll it out through the shoulders and shake it out through the feet. So we'll come into our forward fold once again. Let's inhale the arms up. And exhale, forward fold all the way down. You can use your blocks if you like. Inhale, lift the heart up. And then exhale, bend the knees, place your hands on the floor, and step your left leg back into a lunge. So in our lunge here, we want to find a nice long line. You can take blocks underneath the hands if you like. Nice long line. You can rest your knee on the ground at any time. Even with the knee on the ground, you can still find a long line from the left heel through to the crown of the head. That leg if it isn't already. And we're just going to teeter-totter back and forth a little bit. So on the next inhale, lift up a little and exhale, release, kind of like a teeter-totter. Inhale, lift, and exhale, release. A couple times here, just finding that teeter-totter effect. If you prefer to have the hands on the floor, whatever works for you. And then on that next breath, we're going to step that right leg back into a high plank. And you can rest your knees on the floor at any time here, but for 4 breaths, we're going to hold this high plank, and you can hold with 1 breath legs straight, 1 breath knees on the floor. So the work here is to draw the button in through to the spine, so hug that navel in through the spine, and take your tailbone and lengthen it down to the heels of your feet. Imagine that there's a block at the crown of your head, and you're pushing that block forward with the crown of your head. Remember, you can pulse it out here. Knees on the floor, 1 breath. Legs straight, 1 breath. 1 more breath, wherever you're at. And then exhale, release the knees on the floor. Tap it out through the feet. And let's come into child's pose. Open up the knees, sit back into child's pose. Walk your hands forward and rock your hips side to side. We can flip the hands upside down here to create an external rotation through the shoulders, widening out the shoulders. And on that next breath, release the palms, walk the hands out to the left as far as you can go out to the left, getting a nice stretch through that right rib cage. And these hands back to center and out to the right as far as they can go out to the right. Breathing space into that left rib cage. And then release the hands back to center. Come back up onto all fours. And let's draw a few cats and cows here. Inhale, sit back onto the heels. You'll slide the heart forward and up. Or you can just create some cats and cows in place. 2 more of these cats and cows here. Moving the breath along the spine. Inhale, belly down. And exhale, round out the spine. 1 more. Inhale, belly down. And exhale, round out the spine. From here, release the feet. Tap out the feet. Curl the toes under. Pull the hips back. Walk your hands forward like you're clawing your yoga mat. And on the next inhale, press up into your down dog. Finding your down. Inhale up onto the toes. Exhale, press the heels down. And again, inhale up onto the toes, and exhale, press the heels down. Gently rock the head side to side like you're saying yes, yes, and no, no. Gently rock the head up and down. Just releasing the tension from the neck here as the hips lift towards, like you fall through the action of that coat hanger, pulling your hips up towards the ceiling, and then pulling your tailbone back towards the wall behind you. On that next breath, release the knees back down onto the floor, and let's bring that right leg forward into lunge on the right. If you want, other leg. Left leg forward into lunge on the left. So if you want to take blocks here underneath, I'll swivel around so you guys can see better. And let's take that right foot and curl it under, straightening out that right leg. Remember, you can keep your hands on your blocks or hands on the floor, whatever works for you. Getting ready to create your teeter-totter here. On that next inhale, lift up, and exhale, release back down. I prefer to have my fingers on the floor, but whatever works for you. Inhale up and down. Those of you that want to play around a little more, you can even bring that right leg up a little higher, and exhale, release. Hopefully you guys can still hear me because my earbuds were acting up there. Inhale up. And exhale, release. Good. And then release the foot and tap it out. Just rocking the hips open here. Inhale, press the hips forward. And exhale, pull the hips back. If you prefer to have blocks underneath the hands, by all means, take them underneath. Rocking it out through the hips. Couple more breaths here. And then on that next breath, we'll draw that left leg back, curl the toes under, pull the hips back, walk your hands forward. And from here, a little shoulder stretch here. Walk the hands as far forward as they can go as you pull the hips back, and then press the fingertips into the floor, lifting the wrists and elbows up off the ground. Getting that lovely opening at your shoulder blades here, like there's a pair of wings at your scapula, your shoulder blades being spread open with this action. We'll come back up onto all fours, press up into our down dog. Inhale up onto the toes. Exhale, press the heels down. And then from here, come into your high plank. So find your high plank here, straight line from the heels through the crown of the head. And we're going to do something called stepping in place. Now you can take a break and rest your knees on the floor at any time in this pose. But what it looks like, I'll demonstrate it first before you do it, is just stepping the legs forward one at a time. Now those of you that want to go a little bit more intense, you can run in place. So running the legs in place. Those of you that want a little bit more of a slow ab burn, hug the knee in, foot hovering off the floor, exhale, release. Okay, so your option. So let's press back into child's pose first, just to gather your strength. And on that next breath, come forward into your high plank. Remember, you can rest your knees on the floor at any time and begin. So either stepping in place, walking the feet forward, keeping the toes on the floor, or running in place. We'll do this about 6 more breaths here. Or ab work, foot hovering above the ground, knee hugging into the chest, in towards the belly. Ooh, you're going to feel this. 2 more breaths, guys. You guys got this. 2 more breaths. And then on that next breath, knees down. Open up the knees, child's pose. Sit back. Flip the hands upside down. Relax the forehead on your yoga mat and rock the hips side to side. You can bend the knees here and bring behind. Press your armpits towards the floor. On that, release the hands back down. Guide yourself back up and tap it out through the feet. On that next breath, we're going to bend the knees and come on to the feet. Now, if this hurts, if the Achilles heel is tight, then you can always take a block and place blocks underneath your heels or rolled up towels underneath the heels, okay? So that's your option. You can always have something to support you underneath. Hands on the floor. So from here, we're just going to practice straightening out the legs to the best of your ability. Maybe if you guys can me a thumbs up, because I'm not sure if I just accidentally turned my my earplugs off. So hoping you can hear me. Just give me a thumbs up in like a press a like symbol there if you can hear me. Hopefully you guys can. So on that next breath, we're going to inhale, straighten to the best of our ability, and exhale, bend the knees. Remember that you can keep the knees bent. So it might look like this. Inhale, straighten the legs, and exhale, bend the knees. Keep the knees as bent as you need to. Inhale, straighten, and exhale, release. 2 more. Inhale, straighten, and exhale, release. Good. If those blocks are in your way now, we're going to inhale, straighten, keep a bend in the knees, bring the hands to the heart, and find your Utkatasana, your fierce pose, once again. So find a drishti, a focal point on the floor in front of you. Relax the shoulders here. We're going to work on balance. Something that helps with your balance, if you have your blocks handy, is to take the block between the thighs. That helps to grip the thighs together, hug in, centering and grounding energy so that you can lift up onto the toes. Here we go. Inhale up onto the toes. Exhale, release the heels down. This really works the quads. Inhale up onto the toes. Exhale, heels down. One more time. Inhale, lift up onto the toes. Exhale, release down. On that next breath, when we inhale up onto the toes, see if you can balance here for a breath or 2. That really works things out. And exhale, release. Nice job, everyone. Remove the block and shake it out through the legs. Do a couple ankle twirls here and opposite direction ankle twirls. And then take that right leg and draw a couple circles with the right hip. And release. And a couple circles with your left hip. And release and shake it out through the legs. we're going to open up the stance here of our legs a little bit wider and sit comfortably like we did earlier in Utkatasana with that tailbone, tail coming out of it, rooting down into the earth like a third leg, okay? So you're actually balancing on 3 points here, an imaginary third leg and your 2 legs. Press the knees back and holding on to the thighs for support here. We're going to move through some spinal movements. So heart forward on the inhale, spine rounding out on the exhale. Inhale, lift the heart forward and up. And exhale, press back towards the wall behind you. A few more times. Inhale, heart forward and up. Exhale, press back, rounding out through the spine. Inhale, heart forward and up. Exhale, press back. One more time. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, press back. As you press back, draw the chin into the chest and feel a little bit of movement here through the spine by rocking your upper back side to side as you relax the chin towards the chest. Just enjoy that movement here of the upper back side to side. And then on that next breath, you can either keep the hands on the knees, I know we're working those quads now, or you can bring the hands to the heart as you now move laterally through your lateral muscles here. Reach the ribs out to the right, back to center, out to the left, back to center. One more time. Right, back to center, left, back to center. Release the hands down and straighten out that leg. Ooh, that's got to feel good to straighten out the leg. Tap it out here through the thighs, through the quads. Good. And we'll do one last hip opener here before we come into seated. So triangle pose, we'll bring your left foot in, right foot out, creating the letter T with the feet. If you were to have the feet together, they would create the letter T. So nice and wide here. If you open up the arms, the wrists are more or less in line over your ankles. If that's too wide, then you can certainly bring the feet a little closer together. So from here, reaching out through the arms, take your left hip and tilt it out to the side here. A little bit of attitude through that left hip, like right out to the side. And then reach and extend through your right hand like you're being pulled out to the right. Pull that right hand out to the side and then lower it down. You can relax that left hand behind you as you now either hold on to a block to support you or hold on to the shin, or take your hand to the inside of the leg and push the leg away and feel how that nicely opens up through the lower back. Now keep your tailbone activated here. Plug your tailbone into the floor, just like that third leg earlier, third leg of your bar stool. And if you want to, you can reach that left arm up. And think of widening the spaces between your shoulder blades. Nice and wide through the shoulder blades here. You can relax that left hand behind you, though. It doesn't have to come up in the sky. Whatever works best for your body. This is a deep lower back opener here. Have your neck be neutral. Relax the neck. The work is through the hips and lower back. And on that next breath, use the strength of your legs. Here we go. Inhale, lift through the abs and the legs. You guys got this. And exhale, release the hands to the hips. Nice and warm, eh? So let's do the other side. Right foot in, left foot out. We're almost done, guys. We're almost going to cool down. This is just your lunch hour energy power boost. So now you're going to take that right hip and boom, attitude with that right hip out to the side. Makes me think of the movie Birdcage. Fassa, fassa, fassa. Love that movie. So on the next breath, reach it out through the arms and reach through that left hand all the way out towards the wall behind you. Attitude through that right hip. And then exhale, release. You can take the block underneath that left hand, or you can take the left hand onto the shin or inside of the shin and push the shin away, and look how that helps to wonderfully open up your lower back here. Check that your tailbone is still plugging into the earth. What that will do is broaden and widen your lower lumbar spine. Instead of crunching into it, it's lengthening and creating traction and space between the vertebrae of your lower back. Find a neutral place for the neck. The neck is relaxed, shoulders are relaxed, and if you want to take that right arm up to the sky, that is your option, but you don't have to. Just widen the space between the shoulder blades and widen the space between your collarbones, your clavicles, so that the front and back body are evenly spaced and expanding. This is an expanding pose. The legs are working hard to support your torso opening up. Deep breaths here, guys. You guys got this. Getting ready to come back up to center. Gather your strength. Inhale, gathering your strength. Exhale, use the leverage of the legs and the torso to bring yourself back to center and release the hands to the hips. Good, guys. Very good. Bring that foot in and heels, toes, heels, toes, heels, toes. Shake it out through the feet. And if your balance is wobbly, no big deal. And just shake it out in general. We're going to get ready to come down to seated now. Good stuff, guys. You've moved energy through the body, you've moved your breath through, you've moved energy and opened up through the spine and hips. Coming to a seated position, we'll take the hands behind the hips and rock the knees side to side. So that rocking motion, as you know, brings in a sense of ease, comfort, and soothing into the body. After you've worked through an invigorating sequence, we want to remind ourselves that we are safe and capable in our bodies. So on that next breath, pull the flesh of the seat open so you feel yourself grounded and rooted into your yoga mat here. As you hold on to the shins, let's inhale, round out, reach back. And exhale, lift the heart forward and up, back and forth. Inhale, round out, reach back. Exhale, lift the heart forward and up. 3 more of these. Inhale, round out, reach back. Exhale, reach the heart forward and up. Last time. And then release. Bring the soles of the feet together. Hands behind the hips. Give yourself a little scoot forward. And again, rock the knees side to side. Don't worry if the knees are up, no big deal. You can still rock it side to side. See how that helps to release tension in the lower back and in the hips as you rock side to side. So don't worry about what the teacher or what your neighbor is doing. You're just simply rocking side to side. Hello, that's my partner coming home. So on that next breath, we're going to take the hands and reach them forward. Inhale, lift through the heart. And exhale, hinge at the hips. So you're only going to come as far forward as your hips allow. So inhale, lift through that heart again. And exhale, hinge at the hips. So you're finding that pulse, that sweet spot in the hips here that allows you to come forward. Inhale, lift through the heart. And exhale, hinge at the hips. And then on that next breath, I want you to close the eyes and just find a wave motion in your body, in your spine. Inhale, lift through the heart. Notice how the spine can round out here and wave. Exhale, wave the spine forward. 2 more of these. Just enjoy that fluid motion of the spine. Inhale, wave the spine up. Exhale, wave the spine forward. I'll turn sideways so you guys can see. Last one. Inhale, wave the spine up. Enjoy that fluid motion of like water rolling along the spine. Exhale, wave the spine forward. Try that one more time. Inhale, wave the spine back. And exhale, wave it forward. And then release and guide yourselves back up. Bring the legs forward and shake it out through the legs. We're going to roll ourselves down. So last activation here of the core. Bring the legs together to touch. So legs touching, feet flexed. Spread your toes wide open. Reach the arms forward. Inhale, lift through the heart. And exhale, roll yourself down 1 vertebra at a time. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the head down. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then shake it out through the legs. Windshield wipe the feet side to side. Lift the hips and stretch your tailbone down to the heels if you feel like you need a bit of space at your lower back. Rock your head side to side. And then let yourself sink into gravity here. Delicious gravity for your Shavasana final relaxation. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And again, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And last time, inhale through the nose. And hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release and let it all go. Enjoy your Shavasana here. Remember that it is the most important part of your practice in that it gives you the opportunity to digest and rest and integrate all the healing of the poses that you've just done into the body. It's your time to digest and rest. So stay as long as you like in your Shavasana. Stay safe and healthy. Big love to you and your loved ones, guys. Enjoy your Shavasana.